I had a different question, if I may. On that one, I was talking to somebody who had been considering applying, and they said they thought that federal grant money wasn't allowed as a match. Is that so?
No, as long as they show matching funds.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Good.
have them reach out to us, and we're happy to have a conversation.
I will.
Thank
you. The other question was, could you talk a little bit, I've been on this for a while.
Yes.
And so some years ago now, you all adjusted your contracts with our grantees to require that they have an affirmative program to encourage people to live here. Could you talk about what that looks like in terms of what they're doing for themselves and what, if you're helping or others are?
Are you referring to the Choose Topeka program, or?
No, I'm talking about the fact that we really wanted the people whose positions were subsidized to also live here. And going way back, they didn't want to give a census of where all their people lived exactly. They felt that was private, but we did add to the contracts a requirement that they affirmatively promote living here to their, it looks like Ashley's coming
Yeah,
up.
I'm going to say, I'm going to let Ashley answer that one.
That's actually in our contracts with projects. So
Right.
in business retention and expansion, or even new companies that are coming in, that's written into the contract that they have to, in good faith and effort, encourage their employees to live here. So that's in there. And then during the verification process every year, they, show proof of what it is that they're doing, whether that be in their HR packet, if they have a promo video or whatnot. We've seen a range of things, but that's,
Well, that's why I asked,
I'm
because I
assuming
wondered
that's what you're talking about.
what they were doing.
Right, yeah. Yes, so during the annual verification process, that's when we find out. So again, it's either in an HR packet, including information, on their onboarding. We even saw one company have living in Topeka promo video, so they do a wide range of things. But every year when that verification process happens, we're verifying that's taking place.
Thank you.
Yep.
And related to that, are you getting any sense that we're having more success with that, or
Well,
that they are?
the metrics, we're not, I guess in the past, we haven't currently asked for a list or a number of employees that they have that live versus not, but that is something that we can, include going forward if we want to include that in the verification process, getting a list and an actual number of how many live here versus that don't live in the county. More than happy to include that in the process as we go forward.
Thank you. I was curious. I understand sometimes we worry that 40% of the people who work here don't live here, but we are a metropolitan center. I get that. But nonetheless, we wanted to be marketing ourselves and encouraging people.
Yep.
And obviously, at least this is me talking, some feedback, if what's attracting people and
I think
what
that'd
we're
be an
missing, if
easy
anything.
number to get. We're already reaching out to the companies every year, so I don't think that would be hard to start doing.
Well, we've got this magic number to make up 2,000 that we lost over a couple of years. So.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Deputy Mayor Kell.
Since we stepped back on the entrepreneur thing,
Yes.
I think you guys have been doing an amazing job on that. You have the poster child for youth entrepreneurs sitting right over there, between doing that, school, 4-H, social life, all that, still doing everything she's doing. That's your poster child, but at Small Business Awards, meeting all those recipients and the nominees and things like that, I think you guys are doing an amazing job when it comes to the entrepreneurial side of things and trying to help grow Topeka and Shawnee County on that aspect. Honestly, I think we need to probably be doing a little bit more on that side of things, just to try to get, give a little bit more chance, because I know it's a big risk to start a business.
Yeah. What I will say is this is just the one component. This is that economic mobility component on the entrepreneurship side of things. Stephanie Norwood will report here in a little bit on our regular small business incentive program, and that's a much larger program that spans across all entrepreneurs and businesses throughout the city. But we're happy if you've got additional thoughts, ideas coming out of that. We're happy to meet and have those discussions to see if there's additional areas we could support in. Okay. All right, so giving a little update on the Link Innovation Labs. So this project is in full swing at the moment. We've talked through the timeline. We are still on target for our January opening date. The team is meeting on site every 2 weeks to make sure we're staying on track with everything that we need to be doing. Budget, we're actually right back on budget now. The last time I had printed this, we were slightly over, but we've gotten that back within. We are in the process of, all the drywall has gone up, mudding, taping's taken place, skim coating's getting ready to start. We have furniture ordered. We are working on the lab equipment, so things are moving along very quickly in that space. I did want to bring up that in this project, so AIM Strategies has been an amazing partner in this project. Initially, there was not a plan for them to do additional renovations, but they have come alongside us and have invested an additional $5 million in this project on infrastructure throughout the building, and are remediating the 4th and 5th floors while we're building out first, so that they are ready for build out and growth. So that's been a great partnership to see them come alongside and invest additional resources into this project. We've talked about contracts. We do have 2 LOIs and are working on those sublease agreements with those 2 LOI tenants at the moment. I have 4 additional startups that we are in conversations with from the plug and play groups that are looking for either manufacturing space here in the Topeka area and or presence in Link Innovation Labs. So those are exciting conversations that are taking place. And then we have 3 potential coffee shop tenants that we are in conversations with for the coffee shop cafe area. And a lot of other meetings that are taking place as well for tenancy in that building. So more to come, but there's a lot of movement at this point. My calendar is extremely full at the moment for all of those meetings, and I'm getting a lot of steps in up and down through the building as we're touring folks through there. The next steps for us is we are working on building out a calendar system for the booking reservations for that pitch event space and the executive conference rooms. So that should be coming out on the website shortly. We've already got inquiries for the first quarter from some outside partners. Some of our Kansas City partners are looking to host events here in the Topeka area. So we are building out that calendar rapidly, trying to get those on the books and get some rental income coming in that way. We are working on the ribbon cutting for January, and then we'll be holding the business unwind in Link Innovation Labs in February. So excited for that. So more info to come there. Really kind of the big things that we're working on right now, website updates, so keep looking at the website. Our marketing team's been doing a great job. We've added news and events page. We're putting construction updates out there on that. We also have the podcast series with Startland News is out live on the site as well. And we are putting up a LinkedIn page where we'll be sharing out those podcasts on LinkedIn under the Link brand as well. We attended a couple of events in August in KC, so the Innovation Festival and Animal Health Corridor Summit. We made a lot of great connections with industry partners there, and so coming out of that, we have some potential partners in the lab equipment space as well. We are still working on connections for sponsorships and tenancy, so if you're coming across people, please send them my way. I'm happy to have those conversations and meetings. And then we're working on programming. We are talking to partners like Generator, Plug and Play, some of our regional statewide partners, and then in the small business entrepreneurship space, those programs will all move into Link as well. So we've got a very robust calendar that's coming up that we're working on for all of the programming. Like I said, the calendar and online registration is in progress, and so we're really moving along in this space. I do have a quick video, if it'll play. Let's see. All right, I've got a lot of tours going on. If any of you are wanting to take a tour and get an update on the space, like I said, rooms are taking shape. It's pretty exciting to see what's going on in there, and we'll continue to provide additional updates for that. Happy to answer any questions.
Don't see any, but thank you very much, Stephanie.
Yeah.
I can't see this big man here.
So, as we're listening to different things you were talking about there, and I was kind of going back to the redevelopment aspect of things, and you're talking about low-income housing, things like that. Do you have any almost like training programs or a way to get people started so they can get into that space, so then we can get that going for them, that can almost be like their niche in our community as a developer?
Yes.
To help them?
Yeah, so we actually partner with OmniCircle to provide that entry-level startup training. So they're running Fast Track, Emerge, and then they're launching a new growth accelerator program. So they have 3 programs that are running throughout the year that we are partnering with them on to provide that entry-level entrepreneurial training. And then as they grow out of Omni's training and space, then they would move into kind of the Link network is the plan. So working with our resource partners across the community to make sure we have spaces available for entrepreneurs at all levels. On the youth entrepreneurship side, we work with Kansas State Extension runs a lot of our youth challenges. So the Youth Entrepreneurship Challenge that happens statewide, we partner with them and help to host that pitch contest as well as Washburn University's pitch. So really trying to create those levels of entrepreneurship throughout the community.
I was looking more at the development of like how Cent is working on one project, having something that's more geared towards that, where you're helping maybe some people come out and become developers to help with the growth of our population or our housing market.
Yeah, so we're continuing to have additional conversations with Cent and others within the community on what we might be able to do. Housing's not typically kind of been the area that we have played in, but we thought this project, especially being able to provide growth in an underrepresented or underserved community here, providing that housing so that you can develop those additional workforce skills. I know as part of their New Heights development, they have some business incubator and business space that they're working on. So again, trying to partner with them throughout the process as well to really grow that network throughout the community.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, Commissioner.
Stephanie, I apologize, I may have just missed it earlier.
Yep.
How many contracts do we have signed for space now?
So we got two LOIs that are currently in progress on signing the subleases, and then I've got 4 additional startups that I'm having conversations with, as well as university partners, and then the potential cafe clients. So there's a lot of conversations in place. We're kind of in that 6 month, but we've got 2.
No, we have letters of intent.
We do.
don't actually have signed lease
Yes.
agreements.
And like I said, those are in progress with those 2 LOI tenants at the moment.
But until we have a lease signed, we don't have an actual tenant.
Correct.
Okay, so, I mean, letters of intent are just that, it's my intent. And so when do we expect that we would have signed leases?
Well, I'd hope to have a couple by this meeting. Some of those progresses are just taking a little bit longer, but we should hear in the next 30 days.
I appreciate that, thank you.
Yep. Anything else? All right. My last slide, just giving a quick update on our current plug-and-play cohort. So we launched this cohort in August. There are 15 startups in that cohort. We had about 6 of them here in August who attended the Innovation Festival along with us, and they were able to pitch at the Innovation Festival alongside other Kansas companies. We actually had one of our plug-and-play startups win the pitch competition, so that was exciting to see. They were featured in Startland News. They also all got to tour the facility, Link facility, and so we're having conversations with those startups as well as others. They are in the middle of their cohort. We will be reverse pitching to all of the cohort in October. So those startups who weren't here in August will have the opportunity to reverse pitch about Link and the great things we have here in the Topeka and surrounding region to offer for those startups. The K-State team will actually join us on that call as we've been continuing to work on those tech validation projects with them. That cohort will graduate in November in Silicon Valley, and then we will launch our next cohort in February of 2026. A lot of startups, you can see kind of diagnostics is the overarching area for this round of startups, as they're working with our community partners at Hills, Cargill, and others. All right. And then I'll turn it over to Ashley if there's no further questions.
Tina? Thank you, Stephanie.
Hello again. So just wanted to provide an update on the current active projects that we have. This is specific for new business attraction, so nothing that is existing. All new projects that are in our pipeline, and we have responded with an RFP that have come through either the state or our partners in Kansas City. As you can see, the majority it continues to be in manufacturing. That really ranges anywhere from electronic devices to agricultural equipment, packaging, even pharmaceutical manufacturing is in there. And then aviation and aerospace along with data centers. Data centers really continue to receive interest, and the industry really isn't stopping. Their highest priority right now is land, but they're needing hundreds and hundreds of acres. And our partners at Evergy trying to understand the path to power, since that's the biggest thing that they need. They've kind of stopped working through either economic development organizations or even going to their state partners. They're going directly to Evergy, these investors that are investing in data centers. So they're going straight to the source, finding out what needs to be done, what the timeline is to get power, and where that power is going to be available. So it's really interesting time right now. They're really not going anywhere. There does continue to be projects that we can't submit for, basically just because the majority of them are existing buildings that we don't have. So a lot of the projects that we haven't submitted for are looking to start at 250,000 square feet up to 500,000 square feet, and those just don't exist. Another quality that they're wanting is ceiling height at a minimum of 24 feet. Again, that doesn't exist. So all the way up to like 38 feet. So buildings that we don't have, and then any land that's shovel ready are the reasons that we haven't been able to submit for some projects. A couple of other updates is that the state did pass a data center bill emphasizing, those projects aren't going anywhere. So the goal is to really stay competitive in this industry as a state. So they have determined a list of requirements that a company will need to have in order to obtain a long-term exemption. So that did gather a lot of interest in the last Team Kansas event I was at. A lot of the site selectors wanted to know more, wanted this one pager, so they could be educated about it. And then lastly, our existing business, is moving forward as we see today with the two projects that were just announced. We do have a landing page now on our website that is for the large existing businesses. So if they want to reach out and schedule a visit to talk about any resources that we might have, if they're expanding or growing, I would encourage all of our large companies to do so. And that is all I have.
Questions? Thank you, Ashley.
Good evening, JEDO members. I'm Rhett Flood, and I'm the Executive Director of Forge Young Talent. And Forge's role in economic development is to attract and retain young talent to Topeka and Shawnee County. And we accomplish this by hosting a variety of events and programs throughout the year. One of those programs is the Top City Intern Program. The Top City Intern Program is really a tool designed to be leveraged by employers to better engage their interns while they're in town for the summer. So it can be utilized from employers who are starting an internship program for the first time, or for those employers who are looking to enhance their current internship program. An easy way I distill this when I'm working with companies is, while you are selling your company as a great place to work, we're selling Topeka and Shawnee County as a great place to live and start a life. So this year, the internship program ran for 8 weeks, starting in June and ending in July. And we hosted 6 events during those 8 weeks, everything from live music in downtown at Evergy Plaza, pickleball at the new Ichabod Grill pickleball courts. We did a restaurant showcase in Noto with restaurants from around the community, kayaking and barbecue at Lake Shawnee, lunch and learns with community leaders, all sorts of things, all with the goal of connecting interns with other interns and providing experiences where they can really envision themselves living and working in Topeka. So this year, our numbers were 311 total interns from colleges and universities from across the United States. We had 29 local employers, and like I said, 6 events. This year, I would say even though our total number of interns are down slightly from last year, we actually had stronger attendance and engagement throughout the program, which to me means we're doing a better job of our programming and connecting people with the community. Moving forward, we have already sent out surveys to all of the employers and all of the interns, and we're looking to collect a bunch of different data where we can better measure the success of the program, and some of that is what we're tracking is how many interns were offered full-time positions, how many accepted those, how many turned those down, how many interns were offered second-year internships, and then we also asked for general feedback on their perception of Topeka and of the program. Once we get those results back, we will be sharing those broadly with you all and with stakeholders throughout the community, because we're really proud of this program and some of the success that we've seen in the past, so we're looking forward to sharing that. I'm happy to answer any questions, just wanted to provide that update. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much, Red.
Hello, Stephanie Norwood, Director of Entrepreneurship and Small Business here with Go Topeka. And I'm going to overview the most recent small business incentive distributions. So here you can see your neighborhood health map and the distribution of funds for the last 3 quarters. So that is for the year to date. And while you're reviewing that and the following maps, I'll kind of go over a few statistics from the most recent quarter. So this is what we call our summer quarter, but it's technically our 3rd window of the year. We'll have one more, but this season we did approve 21 projects. Those are different incentive types, over 15 different companies. So several companies were applying for multiple different projects at a time. And that equated to about $137,800 of awarded grants for this past window. For the year, that does put us at 63 projects. I'm going to move on. Here is your city council map, so you can see the distribution there in your districts. 63 projects over around 40 companies there. So again, going with the trend where people are applying for multiple projects at one time, and we have awarded over $400,000 for the year. So we do have a remainder that we'll work through in this last quarter, but we're confident that those will be claimed with strong applicants. The application process is similar to the economic mobility. It's an online application followed up by providing documents. I'll move on here to your district map. This is new this quarter, so you can see the distribution within that. But the application process does require them to submit tax documents, quotes, bids, also proof that they're working with small business resources if they're a newer business, younger in age of years. But we do work closely with all applicants in hopes that we can connect them with other community partners, technical assistants, and different providers to help continue to grow their business and build a strong foundation. On this map, you can see that our reach isn't really extending to the county borders. So if you would like to discuss ways that we can share this communication and promote these programs further into your areas, I would be happy to connect and do so to be able to reach more candidates. Here you can see the breakdown by incentive type. As always, construction is going to be one of our top numbers here. Equipment as well. Marketing is probably a little lower this quarter by chance, but that's another one of our higher priorities or higher applicants there. But this is just the breakdown of this past current quarter. And then the by year industry here. So this does change periodically. This is just the again, this last window. So overall, the program this last quarter again was $137 or $137,000 awarded, but the invested impact dollars going back into the community through these projects is over $6.5 million. So we're seeing a large return on that through all the different projects. Of course, those construction projects are a higher value in that. The life of the program, we have awarded just over $3 million in incentive dollars. So it is continuing to grow. Word of mouth is our strongest promoter, but we are campaigning and sharing this opportunity in different districts and to different communities. So we're hoping to, again, extend that reach. And I wanted to just follow up on the youth entrepreneur question there. While our other program kind of focuses on them, our programs here, the way we can connect them to the different partners is similar. We work with the youth as well. So with youth, we have our Youth Entrepreneurship Challenge. We work closely with, that's a Kansas program, but we get the youth involved in different programs throughout the year to keep them looped in and growing their skills, and then hopefully then grow into their paths. And we provide exposure to this level of entrepreneur to kind of see what the next step would look like. So we do hope to kind of lock them in early, gain their interest, and show them that growth path. Sorry, that was just to kind of jump back to your previous question there. But those are our small business incentives. Are there any questions regarding the soft quarter or the program?
Questions?
Thank you.
None?
Furthermore, into my department here with the small business entrepreneurship, so we are launching heavy into our fall campaign. That's our holiday guide to shop local. This will feature our members of the partnership and specific items available to them in different categories. It's just a fun way to promote going out to the actual stores that you can shop in and find things, the for her category for him, for the Topeka fans, for the pet lovers, things like that. Also, Small Business Saturday, that kind of falls in line with that. Promotions. Global Entrepreneurship Week also falls in November with a series of programming, not only by us, but other community partners, where we kind of align our programming within that, promote it as a whole, and provide many different opportunities to skill build, connect, be educated, and more within those. We also have our regular programming through the Small Business Council. They are strategizing on different opportunities, different things that are needed in the community. So we have our larger trainings, we have our roundtable discussions, and then we recently launched an advisor access, which is a walk-in hour where they could ask people specifically about HR or marketing or banking or accounting financials and even commercial insurance. So we did find some foot traffic with that we were excited to share. But we will continue to build out that schedule for the remainder of the year, and as well as next year as we transfer a lot of these over into Link and the Business Concierge as it moves over into that space. Any questions?
Questions? Councilwoman Hiller.
Thank you. Maybe you touched on it, you were moving kind of fast.
Sorry.
But for the concierge office.
Yes.
How much traffic does it get?
That's a good question. I don't have a number for you because it does vary. We are technically going to be closing it, well, we are closing it here for a while in preparation to move because of lease dates and intern availability. But when we reopen it, we'll have a stronger campaign to drive more foot traffic and share those opportunities. Because it was just the way it was currently set up, we couldn't promote it. The hours would change periodically due to school schedules. So while we were still getting good foot traffic, I do believe that's going to be stronger in the new space.
Okay. I was curious just because, here we are, come on by, it doesn't always work. And so if you're getting some.
What I
traffic,
do
that's good.
find is that the majority of our walk-in clients are those that are not as advanced in their technical skills, as in like computer skills. And so they're finding that beneficial to speak with someone to answer their questions and then help guide them through our online process or connect them to other resources, because that's just where they need the support best. So I'm glad that we are being able to assist in that way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I have one more slide. So just to share, we are beginning to promote further some of our programs in alignment as we kind of begin our campaign to fill some of these storefronts. So we have several different grant programs that we've talked about tonight, our economic mobility, our small business incentives. Downtown also has their funding, and we can match with them to provide a larger incentive to fill some of these areas. So while our programs are county-wide, community-wide, downtown Topeka is obviously within that district. So they do have opportunities, and we'll be kind of aligning some of our promotion strategies to help encourage applications. And I believe that is it, so. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think that finalizes our report unless there are any additional questions.
Want to make sure as long as we have the experts
Okay.
here. Thank you, Stephanie. Okay. Madam Clerk, the reminder on the 6th.
So the last meeting of the year is December 10th, 2025. Just got one more meeting this year.
And we have one person to sign up for public comment. Mr. McClure.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good evening, JEDO members. You got to have a long memory. Yes, Topeka was the first group that went out to get the funds for the quarter-cent sales tax. And the whole idea was to provide infrastructure and to create shovel-ready land. And the idea was that we were going to grow our population and broaden our tax base. So right there, based on the very foundation of what that was for, we failed. Oh, I want to say something real quick. Charlie Kirk, God rest his soul. But look what happens in our country when you come out and talk to opposing views. That's what happens to you. That's why many people don't come out to public comment like you were selling last night, because of retribution. You guys are the rifle that's killing Topeka. You come together quarterly for years. You don't solve problems. It's terrible. You should have solved Lawrence Bay together. You could have solved the hotel crisis together. You come together. This is the closest thing we have to a consolidated government, is JEDO. And look how weak we are. I liked what one of your compadres up there said the other day about the leasing. Well, it's really also the same, it's also true about the hotel. That deal ain't sold. It's on a contract, but it ain't closed. I think the only guy I really recognize in this room is Braxton, that might have been around when the chamber and Go Topeka put out the call for shovel-ready land. And I came up with 200 acres of land, and it was going to be a private-public partnership. And I had land where the Happy Bassett is, now the transformers for Frito-Lay, and the land on the corner that has sat vacant since Go Topeka bought it from me. I know what it's like to have the chairman of Go Topeka came out that one night when I was trying to get 49th Street paved, Chris Robbins, whose company has gotten, they've milked this community for so much corporate welfare. But Chris Robbins, the very chairman of the board of this group, is fighting against the independent entrepreneur. And that's what it's been like to try to do business in this city. We wasted a lot of money and time on the project over there. You know, the young lady starts talking about all these prospects that she has. See, if we had real estate people, we got 500 real estate people that could put together a group of real estate advisors that know rich people that might do deals. But everything is cloistered. I can't even get, you know, why are so many decisions made up there? I want to know who voted for this AT&T link. And I'm telling you something, you guys have got the link now will be the hotel of JEDO. We're finally getting people to see about galactically what the problems are, how stupid, but Link will be your downfall. Thanks.
Okay. We have no one else to sign up for public comment. There being no further business come before this board, the meeting is adjourned.